Hey, this is Will. So in this video, I'm not going to go through all of the features of Activecampaign, but rather than that, I'm going to tell you what exactly you need to pay attention to when it comes to Activecampaign, how exactly it is different from all of the other email marketing softwares, and whether it is a good choice for you as your email marketing software or not. I have made another video on my main channel where I compare all of the different email marketing software, so definitely check that video out. It should be very useful. There's a link down below in the description. Also, I have special promotions and discounts for all of the email marketing software, so all of the links down below in the description as well. And every single week I give out one of my courses completely for free, so just subscribe to the channel and press thumbs up on this video to enter the competition. Now let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so first of all, we're going to start out with automations, because automations, I think, are the most important aspect for email marketing software. And Activecampaign is by far the most advanced when it comes to automations. So the first thing, how it differs from other email marketing softwares. So as you see here, we got the sending options. And on all of the email marketing softwares, you can basically send out an email. But on Activecampaign, you can send a site message, you can send an SMS, a text message, and you can send a notification email. So it all depends whether you're actually going to use this or not. But if you are, these can be very powerful. You can really get a lot out of using these features, and it's only on Activecampaign that you have these. When it comes to conditions and workflows, again, I'm not going to go through all of these, but something just to mention is they have this split. So what this means, basically, when someone goes down through this path of automation, let's say you want to split your audience, and you can actually choose how exactly you want this to look like, as you can see here. But let's say we just want to split it half and half. So you can send 50% of your audience to go one path and 50% to go other path. And then, for example, if you are sending out same email with different subject lines, you can see what's the open rate for one subject line and what's open rate for the other subject line, and basically see which one is performing better. So this basically just means split testing, A/B testing within your email automations, and it's only Activecampaign, GetResponse, and MooSend out of all the email marketing softwares that allow you to do this. So it's a very, very powerful option, because honestly, you want to have everything optimized to the maximum instead of just guessing what might work well. Another cool thing, again, when we go to contacts here, I'm not going to go through all of these different fields because some of the other email marketing softwares have them as well. And one thing I will say, Activecampaign is not lacking any. But one thing that's additional that you will not find on any other email marketing software is, as you can see here, you have add to Facebook custom audience. So for example, let's say you send out a specific email with your offer, and the people who, let's say, opened the email but they didn't click on your offer, didn't take the action, you can add them to specific Facebook custom audience. And then you can create ads, because you know that they opened this email but they didn't take any action. You can create your ads according to that, and then retarget these people on Facebook and basically say, hey, you can even say in the ad, hey, you opened my email but you didn't take an action, so here's some incentive to take the action now, or something like that. But I hope you understand the idea of how really powerful this can be. And again, this is only available on Activecampaign. Also, just to mention quickly, because not everyone is going to use it, but out of all the email marketing softwares, it's only Activecampaign really that has CRM, so Customer Relationship Manager. And another thing also, you have the Salesforce integration, and you have all of these different apps. So if you're using some of these apps, you can actually just take them and insert them within your automations, which is very cool. And again, this is only available on Activecampaign. So why I mentioned that Activecampaign is the most advanced by far out of all email marketing softwares in terms of automation is because of these so-called recipes. And recipes basically just mean that these are pre-made automations that you can take and apply for your own email marketing campaigns. And there's a lot of them, but let me just show you one example. So if you type in social here, as you can see, you got this automation invite to follow when referred by a social media site. So basically what you can do is Activecampaign tracks that, let's say if you're using this recipe, then if someone was referred to your site from, let's say, Twitter, then you can automatically create create automation that is going to send out an email asking those people to follow you on Twitter because they were referred from Twitter, so they obviously have seen your account before, and you can ask them to follow because they showed some interest. So this can be really powerful. This one recipe alone could be a separate app that you are paying monthly fees for. So really cool and advanced stuff. And you can actually have a look yourself. So Activecampaign has this place called Marketplace, and you don't even need to create an account. You can just go on their website and you can check out all of these different recipes. I think they have more than 600 recipes or something like that. They have a ton of different recipes, and obviously you're not going to use all of them, but there can be some that specifically can work really well for your business. So go through some of these and check them out. Again, these recipes might be a good reason alone to just go with Activecampaign out of all the email marketing software. When it comes to landing page builder, this is what it looks like on Activecampaign, and honestly, I would say that it's in the second place out of all the email marketing softwares. GetResponse is sort of an email marketing software and a combination between a landing page builder. So their landing page builder is by far the most advanced, but Activecampaign has, I would say, a second place just because they have really nice interface. They have the same amount of blocks as any other email marketing software. But the cool thing here, what I like about this is that, for example, here we have the image. So I can resize the image however I want it. And then within this block, I can basically adjust the size of the block, and I can move this image within the block. And for example, here with this button as well, I can do the same thing. So I can move it wherever I want it here. So this is something that you can't do on other landing page builders with other email marketing softwares. And this just allows you that extra step of customization that can really allow you to create some very beautiful landing pages. And as you can see in this example, you can create some really cool looking landing pages. I wish I could take this image and I could just move it wherever I want. I can only move it within this block. But this already is something that's more advanced compared to other email marketing software. When it comes to landing page templates, as you can see, they do have some templates, not a crazy amount or anything like that. So again, it's only GetResponse that has way more templates. They have hundreds of different ones, but sometimes it's quality over quantity. And I do have to say that Activecampaign has some pretty nice and pretty modern looking templates, and this can be very useful, especially if you're not a designer. But even if you are, just taking this template, inserting it, and then just changing the text up, changing the images up, and that is it, and you have your landing page. So it can really save up a lot of time and it can be useful. So when it comes to Activecampaign, I would say out of all the email marketing softwares, they are doing pretty good job. When it comes to the pop-up or the form builder, Activecampaign, well, actually all of the email marketing softwares, they more or less allow you to do the same thing, which honestly is not a lot. You can just change the image, you can customize the text and these kind of things. It's only GetResponse that has really crazy customizations, and they have A/B testing as well for forms, which is super useful. And also MailerLite allows you to add some additional blocks. But other than that, pretty much all of the form builders are the same with email marketing softwares. I do have to give some props. I do like this interface in terms of the customization. They do have a nice interface. So I would say that it's definitely just at least nicer and easier to use. When it comes to the newsletter builder, again, this is something that is pretty much exactly the same with all the email marketing softwares. You can't really customize that much or have crazy builders or anything like that. I do have to give some props compared to other, and it depends which ones you compare. Some of them have these features, some of them they don't have these features, but I do like that you have, for example, here I select this image and I can resize this image right here on the front end, whereas with some of the other softwares, it opens on the side and then I need to change the image on the side. So when it comes to the actual builder and when it comes to all of these options here, I do have to give them props. I would say that Activecampaign is definitely on the side of the better newsletter builders. And the other thing I have to mention as well that I like about Activecampaign is that, as you can see, I'm putting all of these blocks together, and then I can actually save some of these block combinations. And as you can see, I have the section here, and then I can create sort of a library. And when I build out my other newsletters, I can just insert these blocks that I have created previously into the newsletter, so that can save up a lot of time. You can do that, I believe, with a couple more other email marketing softwares, but something to pay attention to that it's not possible with all of the email marketing softwares. All right, now something that again is specifically only possible on Activecampaign and is super powerful. So the first thing is when you send out your emails, your newsletters, Activecampaign has this option, reply tracking, and you can turn it on and then you can set up certain automation. So what this means is basically you send out an email to someone, and if they reply, you can automatically add them to an automation where you're going to send them out certain emails all automated. So this is super powerful because instead of doing it manually and seeing who has replied to you and then taking them and putting them into automations, this does everything for you automatically. You don't need to touch anything once you have this turned on. And again, it's only Activecampaign that provides you this feature, and depending on your business, you're not necessarily always going to use, but if let's say you are cold emailing some people, this can be a super useful feature that can save you up a ton of time and just make everything much faster, because then you're not always able to add people right away, whereas with this it's done automatically right away. So within minutes after someone replies, they can already be in your automation and be receiving email. Another super powerful thing that you can do with Activecampaign is this tracking. So what this means is basically you get this piece of code that you add on your website, and then this tracks the user behavior. So let's say if someone visits a specific page on your website, so let's say someone goes on services page, then you can start a specific automation. So if someone showed interest that they went on the service page but they didn't take an action, you can send them out automated emails based on that. And basically you can say like, hey, I saw you went on our services page. Do you have any questions? Or perhaps you give them some sort of incentive to actually take action. So this, again, I hope you from this little example, you understood the idea that this can be super powerful. And again, it's only available on Activecampaign. And honestly, this feature alone can be, again, something that it makes Activecampaign worth using as your email marketing software. Again, just to mention this really quickly, because not everyone is going to use, but you have contact scoring within Activecampaign. So basically, depending on, well, you have a lot of different dependencies. As you can see here, you have contact details, actions, geography, site event data, so on and so forth. So let's say someone has ended automation, they went through an automation, then you can give them a specific score. Or let's say we have actions here, and we have has clicked on a link, and you can choose the campaign, what link it was clicked, so on and so forth. And based on all of these different variables, you can give different scores to your contacts, and then obviously based on the different scores, you can approach those contacts differently and put them into different automations and whatnot. Also, what I already kind of mentioned before, you have CRM in Activecampaign, and you can actually create pipelines. So as you can see here, you can sort of create the contact. So you have basically the business that you want to approach. You can add all of the information about it, the email, what the deal is worth, all the different notes, and so on and so forth. And you have the contact stage here, for example. Then you have in contact, follow-up, so on and so forth. So you can create all of these different stages, and basically you can have everything in one place where you see what exactly is happening with a specific lead, what step they are at, and so on and so forth. So again, depending on what kind of business you're using this for, this can be very, very powerful and only available on Activecampaign. In general, if we look at the interface, the user experience, ease of use, honestly, as you can see, Activecampaign has a lot of things going on, and for what they have, I would say that they did a good job. So there is, maybe compared to other email marketing softwares, there is a little bit more of a learning curve, I'm not going to lie, but that's only because they have a bunch of different stuff that you can do. But other than that, in terms of going through these things and setting them up, I think they did really well, and it's fairly easy to use, and it's actually a nice experience. And they have a lot of tutorials on the way as well, explaining how exactly to use every single step and feature. Now, when it comes to the price of Activecampaign, if we choose 10,000 contacts, as you can see, they have 3 different plans: Light, Plus, and Professional. And the Light would be $155, Plus $250, and Professional $350. And honestly, that is a little bit more high up compared to other email marketing softwares. However, when you think about all of the features that I already mentioned, all the super advanced automations, the recipes, the site tracking, the reply tracking, so on and so forth, really, I think this is actually good value, because even if it costs a little bit more, so I would say if you look at something like MailChimp or ConvertKit, you're going to pay somewhere around $105, $120. So it's not that huge, especially with the Lite plan, it's not that huge of a difference, but you are getting a lot more. So really, you need to think about whether this is how much additional revenue these features are going to generate for you. And a lot of these features can generate a bunch of additional revenue for you. So I would say it's definitely worth the investment. One thing to keep in mind as well, when you look at the Lite plan, I'm not going to go through all of these things. You get the main thing, so you get your email marketing automations, and you even get the site and event tracking. What I said is very, very powerful. However, only from the Plus plan, you get landing pages and Facebook custom audiences. So just keep in mind that you don't have everything on the Lite plan. And if you know you will use the landing pages, then you will need to go at least with the Plus plan. And when it comes to the Professional plan as well, again, there's a lot of different things, but as you can see, split automation, something I mentioned as well, and something like site messaging, you only have this on the Professional plan. So just keep this in mind, have a look at some of these things, depending again on your needs, it depends what you're going to use. And one more thing, if we choose here for the annual plan, you actually get quite a bit of a discount. And as you can see, then the Lite plan is only $125, Plus is $200, and Professional $280. So really, the Lite plan basically costs then the same as I think ConvertKit and some of the other email marketing softwares. So really, it's not that horrible of a price. It is a little bit more pricey, but once again, when you really think about it, of that you are making an investment, and how much more revenue, how much more profit all of these features can generate for you, I think Activecampaign is definitely worth the price. So hope you found this video useful. As I said, I have special discounts and bonuses, so all of the links down below in the description. And as I mentioned, I have another video on my main channel where I compare all of the different email marketing softwares, and in general, if you want some tips and strategies on digital marketing, online business, all of that good stuff, make sure to check out my main channel. If you find this video useful, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.